got a little bit trashed last night. I got a little bit wasted. Yeah, yeah. And I can drink it too. Gotta hang for man, I can pull. I'm drinking too. Gotta hang for man, I can pull. I got a hangover. Whoa, I've been drinking too much for sure. I got a hangover. Whoa, I got an empty cup. Pour me some more. I got a hangover. Whoa, I've been drinking too much for sure. I got a hangover. Whoa, I got an empty cup. Pour me some more.
Oh, wow. What a crazy few days. I wanted to sit down and just do a little recap of what the AVNs were like. It was my first time being at the AVNs. And I heard that this year it was a little bit different. What I heard from other creators was that the space that hosted the AVNs was a lot smaller. So it was in a different part of Resorts World last year, apparently. So they had everything outside. It didn't feel like you were outside though. It was like all covered under a tent. But the square footage was a lot smaller. As for the people who attended, from what I was told, there were the same amount of people in smaller square footage. So it was like a nightclub. It was like bodies on bodies, tons of people having to be like, excuse me, and like squeeze through people, lines for girls, loud music, people talking, screaming, hard to hear. But it was a lot of fun. Before I came to the AVNs, I was like trying to research what it would be like for me. So I was not at a booth this year. I was just walking around. It was kind of a last minute thing. And I wanted to get an idea of what it would be like. So I was looking for videos like this. Hopefully this is helpful if you have stumbled across this because you were looking to see what maybe a future AVN would be like. It's a lot. I mean, it's independent creators, it's porn stars, it's clothing and toys and management and you name it. Like anything remotely pertaining to the industry. I met somebody who's making video games. Like, it's a lot. All in all, it's super fun. I got the industry 4-day pass, and with that came the ability to go to like a bunch of after parties and late night things and whatnot. I'm kind of an old lady, so I did not necessarily take advantage of that part of my pass. But it was nice to have the industry pass because it has your name on there and you're meeting so many people that are like, what's your name? Or people, there's so many interviews going on. People just try to grab you for a second to ask you about like crazy things that have happened on the internet or whatnot. So I did enjoy having the industry pass for that. Yeah, I think it's worth it it's especially worth it if you're going to take advantage of all this stuff that it gets you into. But it's also worth it if you're going to go for all of the days. A single guest day pass was $100. So as long as you make the most of your time, it's worth it to have the industry pass. And wow, my brain is so fried. I literally walked up to my hotel room from the AVNs because I didn't want to forget anything and I wanted to give like a very true, authentic recap of how it was for me. It's interesting pushing myself out of my comfort zone, talking to people that you've never met or sometimes you have like seen them on the internet or follow them on whatever social platform, but you've never seen them in person. It's just different. Like, I'm so used to sitting and talking to a camera all the time. So going up to people and talking in person is just a different experience. And I get the feeling from a handful of other people that I wasn't the only one. Like, we're all in the same boat. We are used to making content at home and talking to our cameras, and you know, we don't have like an office that we go into where we get to be around a bunch of different creators. So something like this is great because it's great to be able to meet the people that you look up to and learn from others. But then also it can be very overwhelming because wow, I'm so awkward, very awkward. Like, I'm already baseline awkward on a camera, and then you take the camera away and you talk to me in person, and I swear I get even more awkward. That being said, I did get to meet new people and make new connections, and it was so good. And I feel like it's so good to push myself out of my comfort zone. And really, the AVNs, if you're considering going, it's really whatever you make of it, because it would be very easy for me to be a hermit and not make the most out of it. And there's probably so much more that I could do. Like I said, I didn't take advantage of any of the like party access or any of the after hours things. If I come back in the future, I will probably do that. I think I should. I'm really happy with how it went this year. Also, all of like my friends on the internet, my friends or fans, I didn't ask anybody to be here this year because I knew I wasn't going to be at a booth and I was just going to be walking around. So in the future, if I was going to be at a booth, I would definitely like announce it and make it a thing ahead of time. I also feel like that would make me much more comfortable. If I, like, everything's easier when you have your friends around you, right? So that's one thing that I would change in the future, just planning ahead a little bit and being more prepared and ready for the whole thing. But all in all, it's a super fun experience. Like, it's a lot. Every day I was like, oh, was that a day or was that a week? Like, just because so much happens. So I think it's fun. If you're debating going or not, do it. At least once in your life, put yourself out there and enjoy it. I hope that was helpful.